Hello my top scoring retro gamers, and welcome to another episode of Let's Take a Look At, where we take a look at ports of retro games on modern platforms. Now we don't actually review the games themselves, but we take a look at how the port holds up. Today we're going to take a look at the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection on the PS3, also named Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection in America. This was released in 2009, but I bought it towards the end of 2011 when I had a Target voucher to get rid of. I mean seriously, vouchers are the worst. I don't want to shop at Target. You can't use those in op shops and thrift stores. Anyway, I brought it and it sort of fell into obscurity among my PS3 collection, so I'm glad this video series has encouraged me to pull it out again. It's basically what it says on the tin. It's an epic collection of over 40 gaming classics. It's up for debate if these really are the Mega Drive's ultimate releases, but there sure are a lot of them, that's for sure. Over 40 in fact, but I guess it's up to your own opinion if they're the top shit or not. You'll find all the standards. You get the staples such as Flicky and Columns, along with heaps of Golden Axe, Phantasy Star, Streets of Rage, Sonic, and Echo the Dolphin games. Check the description. I've linked to an extremely well written CVG review where they list the whole lot. It's no matter if you think there are a few obvious titles missing, there is a solid list here nonetheless. After you slide that disc in, you're greeted with an awesomely made intro video, which then leads to the menu. It's all set out in a way that makes sense. You scroll through the list and you choose what you want to play at your leisure. For each game you can access some information, but it isn't really much more than a blurb on the game along with some fun facts and cartridge in case artwork. I mean, I'm all for fun facts, but I could have expanded on this section for sure. As soon as you access the title, it gives you the PS3 controls, which I can't like enough. Maybe it's a throwback to my emulation days, but nothing pissed me off more than trying to figure out the retro game's controls on another platform. I just want to get straight into the action. Talking about emulation, it's actually spot on. My Mega Drive collection is ashamedly small, but the Mega Drive is my most recent acquisition. I played the few games I actually own, and comparing them to this port's versions, I was quite impressed. The only problem I could spot was that sometimes the parallax background seemed a bit chuggy, as if the PS3 was having a hard time replicating them in time. Otherwise, the controls are highly responsive and I couldn't spot any other graphical artifacts. Each game also has its own background depending on what aspect ratio you're playing as. You're treated to the background if you play in the 4:3 aspect ratio, as it's meant to be played in my opinion, or you can play in widescreen 16:9. The widescreen stretches out of course though, so I'd rather stick to the native 4:3. Another cool feature is the support for 2-player in games that of course support several players. This is something that's usually left out in emulation I've noticed, so it's a nice touch, but of course you need friends to play with you first. There's an extra section where you can access game developers' interviews and arcade games by completing certain milestones. The interviews as an extra is fine, but it's kinda lame that some games have to be unlocked. It'd be nice to play them all from the get-go, but maybe I'm just a lazy dude. Anywho, sorry I've been missing for a few weeks. It's been a weird fortnight of sickness, music festivals and homework. I do hope you'll forgive me. After you've done that, maybe you could like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really boosts my ego. Yeah, feed me more ego.